two-time All-Pro, six-time Pro Bowl tight end George Kittle. Who's having a better offseason than you?
Who? Oh, mm,
You signed a new extension.
I don't know. I'm having a great one. Yeah, I did. I signed a new extension. I got to hang out with the boys at OTAs all year. I went on some fun trips with my wife, and I got to golf in the American Century Championship. And now I'm working with Little Caesars again.
You love Little Caesars. You're nothing but consistent, which we love, and we're going to
Thank
get
you.
into that, of course. You're welcome. I have to say, what you've done with Tight End University should be studied in labs. It is unbelievable. Was this the vision? It was this small thing, and now you have ESPN involved and Taylor Swift involved and families involved. It's like the party everybody wants to be a part of. And then there's just what you guys do to actually make each other better. Congratulations on this. Was it the vision?
Oh, I mean, the vision was literally to have Greg Olson come hang out with us for a couple days and watch him film with us. That was the vision. And then we kind of put our heads together, like we'll get Travis involved. And Travis was like, "You wanted me to come to Nashville to hang out with the boys? I'm in." So that was a pretty easy one. And then, guys just kept loving it. Guys wanted to come back. And then more and more people want to be, sponsors of the event. And we've had great sponsors over our 5 years and just better and better ones every single year. And it's just been an absolutely incredible experience. It's kind of been just like a huge wave, and we're just riding it as it continues to grow and grow.
You know the only way you can grow it or one up Taylor Swift, right? You know the only way.
You're going to host Tight End U for us this year?
I would love to. I wasn't invited, crazily enough. We'll get to that later. No, Creed. Creed was the only Creed and Taylor Swift together sharing a stage is probably the only way you can one up what just happened.
Well, Taylor Swift is in her own stratosphere. And so that was just awesome. Besides her just being an amazing person and like hanging out with my mom and my mother-in-law, talking to them. So that was really nice of her. No, Creed would be sick. Maybe just a back and forth between Creed and Nickelback. That would get the people going.
It would get you going for sure. How about you getting the Miz going and the internet going? The American Century Classic you just talked about as you were on your best off-season ever tour. Who's next? I mean, the kick in the face was a 10 out of 10. Who's on your list to take a belt from?
Ooh, to take a belt from. That's a really good one. I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna avoid all the Usos and the Roman Reigns because those guys travel in packs. I'm gonna avoid that whole thing. You know what? I wasn't really a fan of the guy Gunther. Hell of a wrestler, but I think he's pretty disrespectful to everybody that he wrestles, and he thinks he's better than everybody else. So maybe he could get it one of these days, but. Like I said, he is an incredible wrestler, so I would have to do some training first, but surprise attacks are always fun.
George, what's it like to know that you have an entire career already after your career?
You know what? I just look at it I love having opportunities, and the nice thing is I thoroughly enjoy what I do. I love playing football, and I still am incredibly healthy, and I'm still fast, so that works for me. And so whatever happens after football will happen, and I'm just going to enjoy it.
I saw you chugging beers. I saw Baker
What?
chugging
Me?
beers. Yeah, chugging beers
What?
apparently
We would never.
never out of style though. It's kind of interesting that chugging beers has, really withstood the test of time. It's still cool. It's still great. I will ask you now, who is the worst NFL beer chugger you have ever witnessed?
Will Compton.
That was so
Not
quick.
even
That
close.
was so that was so
Oh,
diabolical.
well, it's so
Why?
funny
Really?
because you have Taylor Wan on one hand who can drink like a 24-ounce pint in a second and a half, and then Will Compton drinks 12 ounces of beer in 24 seconds. It's actually diabolical, Will Compton. And I will say he is, a former legend linebacker, but his not legendary in the beer drinking realm.
It just the quickness of your answer was like it's gonna really hit. Well, Will, we love you. You're a FanDuel family with me as well. It's great. We love you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, so there are these people at PFF, the number crunchers, the algorithm
Sure.
people. They've cranked the numbers and they found the average accolades of a Hall of Fame tight end in NFL history. Okay. According to that, my friend, you need one more All Pro, one more Pro
Okay.
Bowl, and about 700 yards to get there. What are the chances
Cool.
that this is George Kittle's above average Hall of Fame year?
Oh my goodness. All I really want to do, if I just continue to, stay healthy and play at a high level, and all I ever do is try to compete with myself as best I possibly can, and always challenging myself. My old tight ends coach always, gave me a note card at the beginning of every season, for my rookie year on. And he said, your goal is to have 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a ton of pancakes. And so that's the first thing I look at every single season when it starts. And I've done I haven't gotten 10 touchdowns every year. That would be really fun, but I'm trending in that direction now. So hopefully get a bunch of touchdowns, a bunch of yards, and then, just focus on that. And, whatever comes after that comes after that. But I'm just going to enjoy playing football.
How often do you think about the George Kittle legacy?
Not really often.
That's why you're here.
All I think about is, no,
Okay.
I mean, I can control, It's how I wake up every single day, what my attitude is every single day, how much I love life, how much I embrace the opportunity that I have every single day. And that's all I really think about. Cause when I look back on it, if I can just say, you know what, I gave it my all. I tried really hard. I worked really hard, and I treated people with respect and love. You know what, whatever happens after that, I'll be good with.
And that's your legacy, and that might be enough. Your best years by the numbers are with Brock Purdy. How can that be if Brock still has something to prove? How can that be?
Well, okay, I will say we all still have something to prove, every single day. So for the people that like saying that, he's got something to prove, good for them. I think Brock just is going to continue to elevate his game and continue to play at a high level. And that's all we really care about. I just want to be around guys that strive to be better every single day. I don't like being around people who are content because, that's complacency is not a good thing in the locker room. And so if our best players are continually practicing their asses off, continually getting better every single day, and they have that desire to get better every day, I'm in a great room. I'm in a great building. So I'm just happy to be around guys that are like that. And Brock is definitely one of those guys.
I was walking by and I saw like a TV and it was muted, and the lower third said, literally, can Brock Purdy live up to his contract? Well, I wonder what George thinks when he's walking by somewhere and he sees something like that.
I'm pretty good at ignoring the noise besides the things that my mom sends me because she sees everything and then she sends it to me. Goes, did you see these guys? I'm like, I was trying not to see them, Mom, but thank you. I think just our team has done such a good job of building our culture of just, get into the building, grind, work really, really hard, attack every single day, and the outside noise will take care of itself. And, people like to talk about stuff. I think playing quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers is one of the biggest spotlights in sports because of the guys that played before us.
Yes.
And so I think that's just what comes with the job, and it just is what it is. And I'm not too worried about Brock. He was in Nashville with me a bunch this year, and we got to run a bunch of routes together, work out together. And that is one determined person. And just his work ethic has been awesome. And I'm just looking forward to just getting back in the building with him next week.
Both 1,000-yard seasons are with Brock Purdy. I'm so curious. I want to see you guys reach even another level. I'm sure you do. I'm sure it's in the works. How has being Brock Purdy's neighbor helped with the chemistry between you two?
It's just fun because when you get to actually run routes in the off season, do the things that you want to do, you just get the timing down, and it's like knocking the rust off before training camp starts. And so it's nice being able to catch 30 passes, 3 times a week from him, and just get that timing down. And that's what's really nice. So our longer routes, the double move routes, whatever we're running, it's just so we get a feel of it. So when we get into training camp, it's not the first time we've done it, since OTAs or since the last season. So that was huge for me. And also I just like being around my teammates because I like to have a good time. And I just want to remind guys that football is fun and training together is really fun, and just kind of eliminate some of that stress and pressure from anybody.
I saw what Jerry Rice had to say. Niners legend, can't say anything to him, right? What about his opinion? He sort of thinks that, to surmise what he was saying, just that there were too many changes, that he would have preferred that it changed, that it stayed the same. There have been changes. What is the one that you like most? What is the one or the impact that's creating an opportunity for somebody else that you were most excited about this year?
I am so excited that Robert Saleh is back in the building. He is an incredibly talented coach. I love everything about him. I just love having him in the building, his energy, his aura, all of it, the way that he talks to the guys, the way that he motivates people. I'm just so excited to have him back in the building. And then, it's nothing against coach we've had in the past. I just thought he was so good at what he did when he was here. And just the way he builds the defense up and gives them, their confidence, their character, the way that they play. I'm just a huge fan of what he brings to a building, and I'm just could not be more excited that he's here.
Does the team feel different? Does it feel different to be at OTAs? Does anything feel different to you this year?
Ooh, I would just say we do have a lot of new faces. We signed a lot of free agents. We had 11 draft picks, and they're all in the building. So like, yeah, that new wave of energy has been really fun, especially because we have a majority of our foundational core guys left. And
Yeah.
so just having everybody around there together. And one of my favorite things is because I was at, OTAs the entire time and getting to meet all the new guys throughout the whole process and like build those relationships, go to a movie with them, snack dinner with them, just hang out a little bit. Like, so to build those relationships before the season starts. So when you get to training camp, you actually know all the guys in the building. I think that's really beneficial for us.
You're a working man. You're not just all beer chugging and having fun. You are doing what doesn't feel like work. You're hanging out with Little Caesars, which has been going on a while now, and you love it. And you're shooting a favorite pizza commercial. What's going on?
This is year 3 with Little Caesars and me. It was really fun. The first year we were in bunk beds rolling around in a park. That was really fun. Last year you saw me and my Kittle family all the same face. I was even a dog. Woof. That was pretty fun. That was one of my favorite ones I've done.
Loved it.
And this year we got some really fun stuff going on. We have the deal deer, which you guys will get to see. It's actually pretty spectacular. I'm really excited for you guys to see that one. But overall, I just love working with Little Caesars because of the fun I have doing the commercials, the silliness of it to an extent. I just really appreciate that because you just get to have a fun time. Like if we have an 8-hour shoot, I'm actually enjoying myself the entire time, and I'm doing things I've never done before. So that I really, really enjoy. And then on top of it too, this fall, there's going to be some pretty sick Little Caesars deals coming at you guys. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And you can just thank the deal deer and the pizza guy right over my left shoulder.
And it is so delicious. And it just, even seeing that box makes me think of football and Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays, sitting on my couch and eating some Little Caesars. We love that. To you, the future Hall of Famer, this is your Hall of Fame year, I'm calling it. You're going to throw a chair through that window like you've told everyone. And you're the most fun uncle of baby McCaffrey. You have that to add to your bio as you go into the season.
I can't wait to meet that little McCaffrey. It'll be amazing.
I'm sure. And she's a lucky little McCaffrey to meet you and have all those fun uncles. Thanks, George. Congrats on everything and Little Caesars.